Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. What would people take more seriously if it had a different name? Radiation burns, not sunburns. Star damage. I know it's obvious that the sun is hot, but if you really stop and think about it, it's fucking insane. Like, compare how much heat you feel radiating off of a campfire. It's pretty intense, but if you back up like 3 feet it fades away. This fucking sun is millions of miles away and can still burn your skin. It's bananas. Edit. Beneath this comment is 100 replies from people who are smart enough to know the real science behind the sun's heat, but not smart enough to see that 99 other people already made that comment. It's a little bright ball in the sky millions of miles away, and if you can see it, it can burn you from being in it too long. Like, what the fuck? The only safe way to enjoy it is indirectly. Fanny packs it cold bean like utility pouch or hell, even shit keeper would be better than fanny pack. Edit. Holy hell, y'all, I think I'm actually gonna rock one I read out of your guys' responses, and here's some solid names. Nutruck Chaos Poucher Koala the Hoe to Go, and my personal favorite, the douchebag. I'm contemplating getting one, and sewing it's a douchebag. Onto it. Thanks y'all, thanks for the awards y'all. We call them bumbags in the UK. But that's also because fanny has a very different meaning here. Vagina valuable carrier, cooter container, wizard sleeve special pocket. Minch sack, gash bag, snatch satchel, the poontang pouch, ham wallet. Snatchel raffle. Waterboarding, sounds like a fun activity for a day at the lake with family. Ah yes, drowning torture. Apparently you never had a fun day on the lake with my brothers. Broom rape, the crop failure that plant genus causes, is highly overshadowed by that ridiculous name. Edit. I've never seen a single episode of 13 Reasons Why, and all the mentions of the show are both confusing and terrifying. Edit 2. I realize I worded the post really weirdly. Oops. Broom rape sounds fucking painful though. I'm assuming it isn't with a fun end. I don't think there is a fun end on a broom. Maybe not on your broom. Either end of the broom is the fun end, depending on your sense of adventure. There are probably subreddits for both. Corporate welfare, not bailouts. Fun fact, the government has made money on the bailout of the banks in 08. Lost $11.2 billion on the GM bailout. Well, the GM bailout was blatant corruption. What's worse, the feds got all up in Ford's business, saying hey, you need to take this money too. Only, after that we own your soul. Ford said GFY and survived, only they don't get much credit for being a fucking boss during a catastrophic time. I have no evidence for this, but I think Ford didn't accept for marketing purposes. They were in with GM and Dodge, putting together the proposal for the bailout, and then backed out at the last minute. Growing up in Indiana, a lot of Chevy guys started buying F-150s after that. They had competent leadership. They saw the crisis coming and sold off everything that wasn't nailed down to raise cash, including Volvo, Jaguar, Land Rover, Aston Martin, a big chunk of their stake in Mazda, and they even sold their HQ building and leased it back. They had enough cash on hand to weather the storm. Now if they could only build an automatic transmission worth a shit. Cornhole. I have a hard time getting people to play. Call it a beanbag toss or bago. It sounds a lot less dirty. Looked up nicknames on Wikipedia. Got beanbag toss, dummy boards, doghouse, dadhole, sacks, beans, beanbag, some help more than others. Dadhole meant something totally different in my house growing up. Dadhole actually sounds more fucked up than cornhole. Marijuana strains, especially concerning medicine. People would take a name like Canoxapram much more seriously than Og Unicorn Blood Kush. Edit. For those asking, sorry but not a real strain, thought it would be a good name for a strand while watching Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. 100% this. As a prescribed medicinal user myself, it's weird that my medicine is called Super Lemon Haze. Self-diagnosed user here. South London doctors are prescribing things like cookies, Skittles, gelato. It's hard to take them seriously as professionals. Not to be an asshole, but it's probably equally as hard to take you seriously as a self-diagnosed user, and I'm saying this as someone who used in this way for years. Edit, missed the sarcasm, my bad. Borderline personality disorder sounds so mild. It isn't. Edit, thanks for the gold, kind stranger. And, a different kind of thanks to all the replies describing BPD as terrifying, which isn't a fun way to think of oneself. Edit 2, I wasn't trying to say that terrifying isn't accurate. It absolutely is. It just isn't fun to think about the fact that I'm terrifying. Like you're right on the verge of having a personality. Sounds like you're on the verge of having a disorder. Like oh it's kind of a disorder but it's borderline. Instead it's like I'm on the verge of actually making friends, but can't form meaningful connections, unless I'm on meds. I almost have personality disorder, but I'm not there yet, NBD. MSG should be called savory salt. You could call it organic seaweed extract, and it'd fly off the shelves at Whole Foods. I work at a Japanese restaurant, and for the minds of the patrons we chose not to use any MSG. When people ask about it, and I tell them all it is a seaweed extractive, though unused in our kitchens, some people are really shocked. They've been fearmongered away from it without actually knowing where it comes from. Edit, thank you for your upvotes. I've never seen so many. Why yes, I'm a semi-educated waitress. Till MSG comes from seaweed. It's in many foods, tomatoes, cheese, meat, anything with a strong savory taste.